Here I am in remote Cape York, bogged in my 4.5 tonne Land Cruiser. We finally got it out with a kinetic rope and an epic snatch using my mate's troop carrier. Keep watching to see how it all went down.
But we just got proper fucking bogged. We tried to winch off 3 different trees. Then we tried to snatch MaxTrax. We've been bogged for a good 40 minutes. This is the aftermath. We got straps and shackles on here. We got fucking MaxTrax, shovel, and this is the filth. This is it. And it was, we chainsawed that tree to get down this track and went and fished this billabong. But on the way back through, we broke through the surface of this mud because we'd been through it, and it just went to shit from there, really. Oh, I honestly thought we were proper fucked then, but holy dooly, it's hot, like I'm sweating like a pig. Absolutely. Oh, it's incredible. I thought we weren't going
This one's about 1/2 metre deep.
We broke
More.
into the water, man. Look at the swamp. Holy shit.
Whew. Nearly could have been here all night.
Fucking, you don't even have your bed. No, we're not going to get the chainsaw out, chop down any more trees, and go down any more tracks no one else is fucking
Because that
making it.
tree is saying,
That tree was there for a reason. Oh, fuck.
The temperature was in the high 30s, we had a storm approaching and the humidity was rising. We were a long way from any help. We had no phone reception. It was critical we got the truck free. So you've seen the mess we made, now see how we got it out. I'd headed up the Cape with my mate Scotty in his troop carrier. We were heading up to fish to run off, so we're right at the end of the wet season. We headed out to this little spot, and on the track on the way out there was a tree over the road. So we got the chainsaw out and cleared it and headed on out for some fishing. On the way back out, we came to this spot where we crossed, and on the way out the troop carrier just scuffed up a bit of the mud, so we knew it was pretty soft, so we decided we'd put the Land Cruiser through first. The Land Cruiser is obviously the heaviest and it's got front and rear winches, so we thought we'd get the Cruiser through first and then the troopy would be able to winch it through if it got stuck after we'd damaged the surface. So here we are with a single line pull, trying to winch it out after we got stuck for the first time. The Cruiser's got plenty of grunt thanks to my mate Matt at Just Autos. Plus, it's got front and rear air lockers, so at this point we weren't overly concerned. This time we were pretty lucky. There was a decent tree directly in front and we were able to connect the winch, and it was a pretty easy pull to get it out. Looking back now with hindsight, it probably would have been a hell of a lot easier just to trim more of the tree with a chainsaw. We broke the golden rule and we went off the track. However, it was hot and we were keen to get back to camp for a beer. Looking back on it, that would have made it a hell of a lot easier. Once I got back in the truck, I wanted to get onto the hard road as quick as possible. However, I had that bog hole in the middle, so I made sure I put a wheel either side and cruised directly for the track. Unfortunately, as I got over it, the back passenger wheel just dug straight back through the crust and into the mud. I reversed up a few times and went back and forward, but just couldn't get it out. At this point, I'm starting to get a bit frustrated. We hooked the winch up to a tree on the right hand side of the track here and went for another single line pull. I gave it a fair bit of curry here with the truck and a few rocks back and forward, but it didn't prevail.
Can you just turn your wheels that way a little bit? Oh. You're nearly at that hard stop.
I decided I'd get the snatch block out and do a double line pull with the winch. This would give us a little bit more power with the winch and hopefully get us out. I was hoping if we could get the driver's side wheels up onto the hard track, we'd be free. So we got the double line pull set up and I gave it a heat, but all it ended up doing is just digging us further into the clay. At this point, I decided to move the winch over to the tree on the left hand side. The tree on the right was a bit too tight of an angle, and the one on the left here was a more straighter pull. But it wasn't ideal, as it was sort of pulling me back off the track. But I thought we might be able to dig the wheel out, try and put a max track under, and it might have been enough to pop us up.
Grab your max tracks, I'll start digging out this.
It was hard to get the max track on any sort of angle that'd get a purchase on the tyre. We did a double line pull here back over to the right because the left hand tree was just pulling us further and further into the mud. Pretty fortunate here, after a double line pull and a little bit of grunt, we're able to get those front wheels up onto the track.
They're going.
At this point, the winch angle to the tree on the right was too tight to go any further forward. So we unhinged the winch and hooked it up to this tree on the left to try and just pull us out nice so I could get those back wheels back onto the track. We got a max track in under the passenger side front and we started to winch. Unfortunately, it just didn't happen. It just kept pulling us off the track and then eventually got us into more of a bog hole. Unfortunately, there was no tree further out on the right that would have been able to hold the winch, so we were really left with the option of this tree on the left because we just didn't have enough rope to get out as far as we needed to and do a double line pull. Initially, we'd been a bit nervous about bringing the troop carrier through and pulling me out because the last thing we wanted was to get the troop carrier bogged. But we were getting frustrated and had reached our wits' end, so we finally decided let's get the troopy through and see if we can snatch it out. Scotty was trying to be as cautious as possible coming around the cruiser, and he took it nice and easy. But unfortunately, the worst thing happened. He got bogged, and we were like, here we go. He probably could have punched it a few times and got it out, but we weren't in a position to be taking any risks. If the troopy got bogged, we were going to be doing a long walk back to town, all messing around with this winch, and we didn't have a whole lot of options left with trees. So we put the tracks under the wheels and got her out nice and easy. After Scotty got out, I told him to take the troopy for a real fast run up the track, just to burn all the mud out of the tyres. Then he backed it up and we connected it up for our first attempt at a snatch. We got the snatch strap out, connected it to the back of the troopy and to the cruiser. These kinetic ropes or snatch straps are really impressive, and this is an awesome example of how good they really are. These kinetic ropes are super impressive. The Land Cruiser's at 4.5 tonne and it's bogged in really sticky soft clay. This clay's like a suction cap. Once you get in it, it's really hard to get it out. So with that first pull, we were just going to be gentle and see if we could just pop it. It didn't happen. So I said to Scotty, get up it. He gets into it that time and I felt a little bit of a movement. So I said to him this time, just give it full stick. You can see he's trying to get up it. We were running out of effort here and I thought it wouldn't be long until he broke through the crust up here. So this time I just said to him, mate, plan it and hold it. You can see the troopy getting right up it and it pops it out. At this moment, we were pretty stoked. After watching the video, there's a million things I would have done differently, but hindsight's a great thing. At the end of the day, I was just stoked to get the truck out. If you enjoyed the video, I'd appreciate a like or a subscribe. Thanks for watching.